pop, go to Weasel, cause the Weasel say, pop, yeah, come.
Yeah. Half a pound of tuppenny rice, half a pound of treacle. That's the way the money goes. Pop goes the weasel.
A friend in need is a pest.
You're gonna be a successful WWF villain hated by millions.
In my childhood in Chicago, my first friend there was a guy named Ernest. And I'm 56, and I've known him. By the time we read this book, I'll be 57. And I've known him since we were 5 years old. And I hadn't seen him for 41 years. And we met each other 2 years ago in Chicago with our families and spent the weekend together. It was like we had never been apart. He was telling me something I did that I forgot I did. We were kids in Chicago, and you have picture this. On the block, corner building. Now if you go down halfway in each block, you can cut through, like, gangways to the alley. There's an alley behind each half a block, right? Somehow I got a hold of some rope. And I tied it to the liquor store's doorknob. And I went around the block, half block, and up the alley, and back to the liquor store. Now, as I was going, I was looking in the windows and putting it through the door loops and the handles of all the doors. Ernest and I went back to the corner, tied it off, and just watched the people try to get out of stores and in. I was 10. 10 or 11. It hit me then. This is what I gotta do. This is what I gotta do. But to my buddy Ernest, I love you, buddy. We had a guy named Bill the Bum. He used to go buy us beer. In those days, he charged you like $4 for the beer. There was $3 for Bill, $1 for his. And he finally died in the alley. Truck ran over me. Bill the Bum, he's our buddy. When you get to the part about me finding my family, and when the woman came to the door, remember I said she looks. I said, I'd like to talk to your husband. She looked startled there for a moment. They later on told me, you know what they were concerned about? She yelled, Jim, those people at the door again. She was concerned that my car was broke down. She says, because we're Heenans. We don't know how to fix anything. Her name is Dottie. And the truth is, I'm all my brothers told me, none of us can do a thing. And I can't do a thing. Oh, can you fix the thing? I said, we have a phone book. We'll call somebody. No, I can't do nothing. Nothing. There was this hotel in Chicago. Called the Airhost. I didn't go over that. I don't think so. It's a little hotel on Manheim Road. I don't know. Had about 100 rooms, maybe less. They had a bar downstairs. They made big hamburgers on black rye bread. And had a little pool thing down there. Upstairs they had a little breakfast area and dining room. And it was a real dump. But the food was good. And when I started staying there in 1965, it was $9. $9 to stay at a hotel across from O'Hare with a limo service. Wow. But everybody used to stay there, all the boys. Everybody came to town knew about the Airhost. All the rats went to the Airhost. Everybody was always there. Had a pool. So, one night, Pat Paris and I were sharing a room. And Pat gets the idea. Let's to the bed. See that? Yeah. The bed is in a box like that. It's the Airhost. Okay. So as we lift that, we look underneath the bed. Somebody already to the bed. We found a half a sandwich and a deck of Uno cards. Pat says, what's that? I said, well, in some books you'll get the history of Conrad Hilton, and in some places you'll get this. So this place was so bad, someone beat us to it. So Monsoon checks in there one night, and the woman says, he said, I can make a phone call. My phone don't work. She said, well, you have to make a $5 deposit here. He said, I just gave you an American Express Platinum card. He reached in his pocket. He said, 20. I can buy this hotel. And he said, you never checked in there with a tie on. They thought you were from the health department. Oh, if those walls could talk there.
I suppose.
I used to sneak into Ray Stevens' room. The maid would leave the door open while she was cleaning. So I could see Ray was coming back from the restaurant. So I'd go in the room and I'd hide under the sink. Ray'd come in the door, shut it. I'd grab his ankles. Oh, he was kicking like a flamingo dancer. Then he went down on the floor. He said, what's the matter? He said, I just blew a knee. My knee went out. Trying to kick me from underneath the sink. But Ray was real goosey. You could scare him. Yeah, what a hotel that was. And the only person who was ever kicked out of that hotel was Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes, Dick Murdoch, and Vic Rossitani. They were all kicked out because they did something wrong. How could you do something wrong? It's like being kicked out of Sing Sing. Yeah. What could you do wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Heenan and I are flying from LaGuardia one day to L.A. He was really tired. We've been doing cartoons and interviews and wrestling and everything. So he gets on the plane. We're sitting in first class. He's across the aisle from me. And he loosens his tie. And he is dead tired. And he falls asleep. So they bring him his food and just put it in front of him on a tray. So Gene, I wake him. I said, Oaks, dinner's here. He gets up and he puts his fork in the food. And as he brings it to his mouth, it falls off the fork. He puts the empty fork in his mouth and chews. Gets another piece, falls off, chews. He eats the whole meal without ever tasting a bite of food, and it's all over his crotch. He's got Thousand Island, roast beef, a carrot. He gets off the plane. I said, you want to stop and get something to eat? He's I'm stuffed from dinner. Sleep eating. One time I was in WWF, they always had catered lunches. One day I'm going through line and I see all this white fish. And it's got little green and red speckles all over it. Garnish or whatever it is. Everybody's eating it. Remember I had something in my bag. And I went and I had about 10 of them. You know that crushed red pepper?
Oh, yeah.
That Pizza Hut has?
Yeah.
Well, I had them in packets. Well, I had a bunch in my bag. So I took and put it all over the fish.
Yeah.
I waited. Now, here comes Tugboat. Tugboat's a guy about 6'7", about 400 pounds. He, fish. There's two big pieces on it. I'm sitting across the way. I see him eating, take about 4 or 5 bites. And then I see him just open his mouth, and he goes, ha! It's like he vaporized. The thing was so hot, his eyes were watering. You know, Stu Hurts always likes to get guys. Oh, he likes to get tough guys away. Yeah. Tugboat had the habit of falling asleep. He sat in the hall one day in Calgary, like this. And Stu stand there. And Stu, he's a pretty big guy. I says, you know, look at the wrist on it and the arms. Guy has never been beat, no one's ever been able to bend his wrist or beat him in arm wrestling. Big bastard. Nah, let me get a cigarette. So I walked inside to get Lance. I said, you gotta come see this. Stu's circling the guy. Something's gonna happen. As we open the door to come out, I hear, ah! As soon as he fell asleep, Stu jumps up and grabs his wrist. And had him like that. I was asleep. I told him, I said, you beat Nick one more time, you get to keep him.
To put the word in the streets.